Now, as we heard of white smoke leaving the Vatican earlier today, signaling that a new pope has been selected, what is the significance of this moment, and even what's the role of the pope for those who don't even know?
Well, the Pope is the spiritual leader of the Roman Catholic Church, as has been for centuries. I don't have much more to say on that, other than, that just basically that's what he does. The significance of this moment is just that we have made yet another transition from one Pope to another, and we prayerfully trust that the Holy Spirit's guidance was with the cardinals as they gather to decide who should be the next spiritual leader of the church.
Yes, and what, to your knowledge, is the process of choosing the next pope?
Cardinals who are 80 years or younger, actually younger than 80, are eligible to come to the conclave. They gather in the Sistine Chapel, where they are locked in conclave, meaning with key, we lock them in. And so the voting is secret. They are to prayerfully discern who they think the next pope should be. And through rounds of voting, they finally come up with someone who has 2/3 of the votes.
Now, what are your feelings now that it's only been weeks after the passing of Pope Francis and now having this new pope? Because it can be a lengthy process or a pretty short process. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, the big transition for me will be during liturgy, where we do have a line for our pope. And so I have to remember that I'm no longer saying Francis, but I'm saying Leo. So I'll have to put the post-it note in my book, say, Leo. And I'll just have a big note that'll say that. And if I look hard enough, I probably could find my Francis post-it note from 12 years ago. That is the major practical adjustment. The rest of it is simply to sit back and wait and see what he says, what he does. And we're not going to get a real sense for what our new pope will be doing, at least for a couple of months. And then I would say, as he moves this vision forward, keeping in mind that they elected him in pretty short order. This was a quick conclave, and that they elected him quickly, as like they did. We have to keep that in mind as he starts rolling out what would be his vision for the papacy.
Now, with this being the first American pope, what do you think that this could mean for Catholics in America, but honestly the world?
I think I might put it in a slightly different order. I think where he is from certainly played into the minds and the hearts of the cardinals in the conclave. Keeping in mind that he also has dual citizenship in Peru, so he also has the heart of a South American, and has had extensive experience internationally. So there are all those pieces to keep in mind. Historically, especially say in the past 100 years, there have been times when the conclave has elected a pope where they might be concerned about a specific region. Case in point, when we elected John Paul II, we were very concerned about what was going on in Poland behind the Iron Curtain. When we elected Pius XII, he had a lot of background with working with Germany. There was a strong concern about what was going on in Germany. This might be an election just like that. We're just, there's going to be a lot of chanting of USA, USA going on, but also it might be a statement from the cardinals and from the church that they're very concerned about what's going on here in our nation.
That's helpful. Now, we know that Pope Francis left a lasting impact on the entire world.
Yeah.
Are there any things from his papacy that you would like to see with Pope Leo?
I was totally comfortable with Pope Francis. I mean, maybe he's shot from the hip once in a while, and okay. They're expecting, reading what little I know about what I've read so far about Pope Leo, I think you'll see a fair amount of continuity, which I'm really, really all right with that. I'm sure there'll be some changes too, because no pope is like another one. So it'll be interesting to watch how he's the same and how he's different, and the watch from that.
And then finally, knowing that he chose the name Leo after after, I believe, a former Pope, Leo, for the fact that he pushed for education and I believe international relations. I guess, what do you see that doing possibly in his papacy, or how could that be significant for the church?
Come with me. Bring the camera.
Okay, let's go.
I'm giving you a good background on this, backdrop on this one. I know you didn't expect this, I'm sorry. The last time we had a pope named Leo was back in the 19th century during the Industrial Revolution. And he composed a document called Rerum Novarum, which was the very start of our whole Catholic social teaching, where we stand beside the worker, we stand beside the poor, those who are seeking refuge from dangerous situations in their own country. He's the man who started it with that document called Rerum Novarum. From there, all the way through to Francis, every pope has written on this area of just, concern for people, concern for the worker, concern for the poor, concern for the planet. Started with Leo XIII. So when I heard that he chose the name Leo XIV, internally I just went, oh wow, okay, that is a loud and clear statement of where he stands on a number of issues. That was a very clear message with what he chose.
Did you feel some type of solace in that?
I was inspired, so the portion of Francis's papacy that I would anticipate continuing would be that concern for the poor, the marginalized, those yearning to breathe free, which I believe is written on the bottom of a statue in New York Harbor, that this will be a major part of his papacy.